trying to spread KU out. Great help from Jamari McDowell.
The takeaway, up ahead, Trey White, the jam.
He's just already in that help gap, so he can go poke the ball away. And Trey White's off to the races, but that's all Jamari McDowell being in the right place, good hands, and it's a dunk the other direction.
So many different handlers for Kansas can bring it up. They don't have to get it just to Peterson.
A much more athletic team than a year ago, would you say?
Way more athletic.
And Trey White knocks it down.
White going one-on-one. Tried to sell the contact, got the call, and the bucket. Continuation is now a thing in college basketball. You'll see a foul, and if that shooting motion's already started, the motion can continue, the basket can count.
Which I like that. It almost looked like he was trying to sell the foul and was still able to bring it back down and finish it.
Look at Council. A bullet the other way. White with the open look. Melvin Council creating 3-point.
Hickey got caught in midair. Kansas gets a break situation, or do they? They do. White. Oh, nifty with the reverse.
Boozer turns it over. 2-on-1 Kansas. Rosario to White, and a good start for the Jayhawks.
Boy, that's beautiful transition.
And down with it, White. Kansas running again. White forcing the issue and lays it in.
Nobody stopped the ball, and after Trey White got it, but was able to get his shoulders past the defender, get all the way to the other side of the rim.
A 6'8" freshman from Los Angeles, a McDonald's All-American. Trey White is off to a nice start tonight. Boy, Brown's a good defender.
His hands are just magnificent.
White sizing him up, and again takes a bump and count the basket.
And that's a play that would not have counted that basket last year. But because it was continuous motion, just another way of saying continuation, it's an end one. Another strong move from Trey White, just creating something for himself, getting the angle and going right off the glass.
Shot clock at 10. White for 3. They needed it.
Needed that in a big way.
It's so difficult as a team when you're scouting against Kansas and you're used to talking about Darren Peterson for him to not play.
And now this guy moves up to the top of the scouting report. Trey White drives it on Sadiq White. White on White, and he puts it up and in. Trey White down the lane. That's a tough shot.
Right away, look, his presence overwhelmingly affects this team's offense. Kansas about 20% more efficient.
Exhibition game here is lone season at Missouri before going on to win an NBA championship. Here's Trey White. Got it.
He did not show up. Traveled Trey White, who's been in a number of schools, has shot the ball well this year, not so much on Tuesday.
A lot of these guys are new. I said the first renewal of it, you had Christian Brown over there. He wasn't going to let his team lose. White for 3. Screen from Mitchell. They dump it up to the big fella. And now he drives. Blocked from behind by Trey White. Kansas, the last opportunity. White, pull up. Get it! Who gets the buzzer? For the largest game to have for Kansas.
That's good basketball. At half court, he eyed the clock. He had it in his head. See that? He looked right there. That's great awareness for an upperclassman.
They're taking a deep look to see if his toe is on the line. Regardless, the tougher now with Kansas and then Illinois in the bragging rights game in a couple of weeks. That's before conference play. Here's Council. Lost it. Trey White found it.
Are they just not showing the aggression they should be showing?
Well, they're recovering late to Melvin Council. They want him to shoot that. That's playing into what they want.
Here's a look in the paint, and Trey White scores it.
You're going to watch Trey White. That's a great job.
Your risky game plan blows up in your face. Not just doesn't work, it blew up in your face. Still almost won the game.
Trey White drives. Trey White and 1.
Say it's a good start for Kansas. Their defense has been good. Outside of the one Dylan Williamson 3, which is something you can fix. It's also a tough shot. Kansas has been able to get to the blocks. They've gotten inside the paint. That's something Pat Scarry said. We cannot. The difference in terms of who you are as a scout after a performance like what Melvin Council Jr. had with 9 threes.
Good ball movement and the lay-in from Bryson Tiller.
Does a nice job of walling up, playing without fouling. They easily could have maybe felt at a disadvantage that possession and hacked down to put the Jayhawks on the free throw line.
Kansas on the run. Rosario knocked free. White gets it and reverses for the finish.
You have teams that are able to maintain that top 25 presence.
White, the last man down the floor, knocks in a three. Counts as high as a Jayhawk this season is 8. Looking for another one here. White from way out. Bang! It is another assist for Melvin Council.
From the arc, trailing from behind the play, Davidson doing a poor job of recognizing one of the top shooters on the court. You got to know where he is on the court at all times.
Career high 4 threes for White. On a half-court set.
You gotta love that aggression by Fredrickson right there. Is immediately the sideline out of bounds, getting bodied up with Melvin Council and
nice finish, Trey White.
Under a minute to go now. Trey White, nice take to the rim.
There's a block. White the other way. Euro step, spins it home, Trey White. And now Trey White, shot clock is under 10. White up and under, got it.
He's good at that.
That defense we talked about.
Badunga dropping it off. And White counted, and a foul. It's the only time you've been in this building until today,
That's
so
right.
hope you're not haunted.
No wins and losses today.
Trey White up ahead. White flushes it down. Trying to. 5 on the timer. White in the lane. And finally the lid off the basket.
Jackson tipped away.
Oh, what a play.
And got it back by diving to the deck.
What a play.
White for 3. Got a big guy on him and Blake Buchanan. McDowell baseline. Good ball movement. Open look. And another 3 for White.
Just a slash and drive guy.
Peterson shovels it off to White. He's got 4 made threes already.
Sophomore has a lot of potential.
Jamari McDowell swings it, and Trey White knocks it down. Jamari McDowell here. Jamari McDowell puts it on the floor, kicks out White. He'll try and hits another.
Remember, Jaden hit a big shot against Baylor.
White inside, hands and hands.
He'll get it back out and shuttle it for White. Nobody in the zip code for 3.
And then he did 4 guards around one big, run that way. A remarkable coach.
Still fighting for every basketball. White at the rim. He'll take 2 extra. Bill Self does not like that.
But was still coaching when they opened this building. It holds 16,300, and this is the 396th consecutive sellout.
But just that nice little shot fake opened up that seam in the slot.
McDowell down with it. Ahead to White. The exclamation point.
White hangs, can't hit. White reverses it and spins it home. White draws some contact.
Oh, my goodness.
And it'll go.
A tremendous program again, the way they're accustomed to seeing it in Salt Lake City.
Yes, again. Why, that little bang, bang. Bradley lost it. Turnover. Up ahead, Trey White.
Well, you see the turnover by Jaden Bradley.
188th matchup. Kansas leads the overall series 127-60.
Oklahoma State has 3 of their main players are left-handed players. Not easy always to play against the Southpaws.
Here are the Jayhawks shooting 70% on the night. That number just went up. Jackson eyes up.
White tees it up. 2 straight for Trey White. The drought is officially.
Kansas fans standing right now.
It'll be the Jayhawks' 9th straight win against Oklahoma State and 4th Street in this building.
Peterson moving without the ball, looks for an opening, and
look at that.
It was Harris who got a piece. It went right back to him.
Look at this
swing. White got a 3.
There you go.
39-36, Cincinnati. Council with a head of steam. White pull-up jump. Yes.
Pretty.
Kansas defense has been solid. It's been the offense not going yet.
White inside and a putback.
Full efficiency.
Kick opposite. White will try. And hit. We're tied.
And now when you go 4 guards, you got spacing to spread it side to side. Really nice sidestep right there.
White with the takeaway. Trey White spins it in.
Gotta go strong.
Council. White. What a night for Trey White. Into the paint. Kick out. White will try. In this one, McDowell gives off. Badunga finds White. That is a great find. White has been quiet and hits. Good hands. McDowell eventually, and now up ahead, and White and the throwdown.
I don't think Kansas, even off of a made, is going to come out and try to contest those shots. If Truitt wants to take them, Bill Self is more than willing to allow that.
Badunga with the kick out and the 3 for Trey White.
Really got into the ball. Much better from KU. Here's White. Shot fake, got 3. And then 2 will drop for Trey White. Shot fake by White. Gets inside against jump. That won't go. Rebound snared by Badunga. Quick fire. White filling it up. Gets his own miss and puts it back in. On the Badunga screen. Here's Peterson. White stepping 3. Oh, he snaps a twine.
Haggerty missed from the free throw line. Council tips it to himself on the rebound, and here he comes. Straight for Trey. So working against Haggerty. Moving around Peterson. Quick crossover double. Dribble
And they come with a double right away.
Peterson gives off White and the two-handed stuff.
Watch Darren Peterson open court. He could go either way, keeps it simple, and finds Trey White.
Steal by Peterson. The lob and the finish for White. I believe Kansas needs a big night from Darren Peterson. He is off to a good start at both ends of the floor.
Dong again. Another deflection. White on the fly. The bump, the lean, the juice. Counted for 2.
If they can get him in the half court, Cal Baptist, a pretty good defensive team.
Has the Jets, and right there, you said it, Coach. He got a lot of space off that move.
McDowell, White is cutting and firing. Council, Peterson, White to the hole. Excellent job.